All right, hello everybody. Let me get my computer going here so I'm caught up for my iPad. Hmm. Okay. I don't think it saved the right photo on there, but that's okay. Always love technology. Everybody else love technology? I'm sure I'm not the only one. All right, needed my iced tea here. And Leah's back. Hi, Leah. Let's see, we have Barb and Megan and Diane. Welcome. Hello, Diane. Rainy Georgia, isn't it like fall? And that's probably kind of what it does. We're having a rare little quick return of summer and a little bit of sunshine today. So I'm soaking all that in and trying to enjoy it. I'm gonna fix my, there we go. Try and keep my volume doing good. I turned my head there and went, oh, that's pointing at my eyeballs instead of my mouth. Hello, Megan. Oh, freezing cold in Wisconsin. I am looking forward to fall and winter. I think I've hit that turning point where summer was good, but I'm ready for it to start making the change. So that works okay for me. But yeah, sunny. At least when it's sunny, I mean, if it's going to be cold, it might as well be sunny, and then you get to enjoy that. So hello, Myra. Hello, Megan. Oh wait, I already said hello. Nope, different Megan. We've got two Megans. Um, hello, Malvina from Vancouver. And Pauline, it looks like also in Vancouver. Hi, Daniel. Mary. Welcome, everybody. So Lee is happy for summer. I think we had such a late summer here. I was okay with it dragging on a little bit longer. I think that's why I didn't mind. We've had a few really hot summers. And this summer, it kind of took a while to spin up and actually get to feeling like summer. So that's why I don't mind a couple bonus days here and now. Um, and the smoke is cleared, so we can see the sky again. Although I heard some more was going to be blowing in from California, possibly later this week, but I don't think it'll be as bad. And yes, Megan, fall is my favorite. I too love when the tree. I kind of between fall and spring, I always kind of get tied up between which is my favorite. In fall, I am certain it's fall, and then when spring rolls around, I go, maybe spring's my favorite. I think I just like the change. So, when you've gone through summer and the cooler weather and the crisp days and that winter time is coming, um, then that fall, that transition time. And then when you're tired of winter and you've had enough of the cold and the rain and you're looking forward to summer, then spring is that. So I think I like those changes in between the two. So the transition. Hello, Monique from the Netherlands. Hello from New Zealand, Julie. Welcome. All right. And Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, Pauline. So Vancouver, BC. You guys are kind of sandwiching me, the two Vancouvers. Always makes it confusing. I love Vancouver. All right. Hello from Saskatchewan. All right. And I just finished this morning, just as we were talking about fall. In fact, I'm just going to show you a sneak peek. I finished my card this morning that I'm going to use for Facebook Live on Thursday. Let me grab that real quick. I'm going to show you a sneak peek. But you have to come back on Thursday for this one. So, but that's totally what we're talking about with fall and everything. So I just had to go grab it. I'm hiding over on my desk. So um, if you want to see how I put that one together, make sure and come back on Thursday for Facebook Live. And in the meantime, we're going totally Christmassy today. I have my little cheater printout here. We're making this adorable card that Leah Lawson made. When I saw the most recently released, these tree trimming friends, um, instantly what I pictured was a card with a little window using this little window, the perfect window on the shaker tags essentials dies, which are huge, as you can see, fitting on a card. And before I had a chance to make that, I saw Leah's card pop out and I just went, oh, well, she did it better than I could have anyway. Um, but the beautiful thing is YouTube Live, we always pick a card to be inspired by someone else. So I don't have to feel like I'm copying her. I'm going to take her card and we're going to use that as our inspiration today. I'm planning at this point, I'm going to kind of shake things up a little bit. I think I'm going to try and turn it into a shaker card. And I'm also going to do a little twist on the colors. We're going to do some pink on there. And I'm really leaning towards making the tree pink. I haven't even fully decided. I think I'll keep the background the same, or we might do the background pink and the tree and blues and aquas. So still determining that one, but yes, I'm so excited to play with that a little bit today. But all right, so it looks like we've got enough people on here. Um, one more year. Oh, on that's on my daughter's desk. She is a senior in high school this year, so she made that to put up just kind of to encourage herself to get through this last year as a senior. Just in answer to the Mary's question there. She got that little letter board at Target, and she's had so much fun putting little notes on there. And I kind of forget they're back there, but I can't believe I have a senior. And then my second daughter just got her driver's license on Saturday. I'm feeling just a little bit old here, um, but it's exciting and it's so fun to see them grow up and get older and um, go on all those new adventures and learn all those new things. So, all right. And thank you, Mary. I will pass that on to her. I didn't even think about what back there. That would be kind of confusing. Just one more year. I only have to get through one more year. Makes sense when you know it's referring to school. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. Yeah, 9 more months, right, Pauline? Um, so as I turn this around and get this all set up and make sure I've got it set correctly here, if you have not joined us before and you're a newbie, um, or even if not, this is just a reminder, we give away a $15 gift card at the end. Leo will be there to pick a winner for that. And so every comment you leave, every question you answer, my goodness, I'm having issues today getting this even. I'm gonna have to excuse me while I get it settled there. I promise I'll get it straight here eventually. Oh my word. Okay, let me just adjust this. I had to switch my setup here last week because I have a new camera I'm attempting to use, and I couldn't quite get it up and going. So, all right. Ah, and now my stand is just wanting to be floppy and bendy. All right, we're just going to call that good. That's as good as it's going to get. I'm a little far away, so I'll try and zoom in if I'm doing anything and we're having trouble seeing. So yeah, click that share button and let us know that you did that. You can share it on Facebook or whatever you want to do, and then all of those will count as an entry. My cutting mat, I got it off of Amazon. Let me just kind of move it so you can see it's called a Vantage. It's a 24 by 18. It's a good size. I like how fairly clear and light it is. It makes it easy to work with. Um, yeah, nothing too simple. Welcome, Lisa from LA. All right, just catching the comments real quick before I move on here. All right, so here's my little cheater printout so I can remember what I'm using as my inspiration. Otherwise, I get going and then I kind of forget what I'm doing. So I don't have the actual sample, I just print it off so I kind of have it as a reference. So we're using the Tree Trimming Friends from the most recent release. I have to show you just because I think my favorite thing about that stamp set is that layered tree. And I made this card for the release. It was on my blog, but I did that tree in all kinds of fun, just cotton candy, rainbow fun colors, which is what I love about that tree. That 2 layers is just super duper fun. And you really don't have to go with any kind of a traditional color combo. I know Leah did a rainbow card as well with that one. But today we're going to create that fun little window scene. So I'm going to start off here. We're going to do a little bit of die cutting. I'm going to try and do all of this in one piece. This is the Essentials Stitched Rectangles. I'm going to use that on my panel here with tiny little bits of tape to hold that on. And then I'm going to try and just fit this lovely little window frame here from the shaker tags in there as well. So we're just going to kind of center that. And usually what I do, and it looks like Leah did something fairly similar, because it's always so hard to decide where to center it on the card. You're kind of set when you center it between the two, you're set with a certain margin there. So visually, I kind of like to try and match that margin on the top as well, and then leave more of an opening here. Um, it's not anything you have to do. That's kind of my my best tip for making it look good as you put it on there and make sure the margins look good. I'm not going to bring my die cut machine over here because I only have this and one other thing I'm going to die cut. The rest I did in advance. So I'm just going to run this over to my die cut machine real fast and do that. Okay, that was nice and quick and easy. And the other fun thing here is I pull this off. See, that worked great getting that all in one cut. Um, this die also does those little interior window panes, which I love as well, that you could color those and tuck them back in if you wanted to. It's just kind of a fun little border detail, but I'll probably just set these aside and save them because I could see kind of a fun geometric design with some of these, kind of just on a background with some ink blend. I mean, look at that, just how fun. I don't know if you can see that. And then there's all the little solid squares from the middle as well. So I'll tuck these aside. I'm not going to toss them. I'll probably find some use for them down the road. Um, yeah, washi tape works. This is purple tape, which sadly you can't get the same kind anymore. So you might notice me tucking it down there and tending to hoard it just a little bit, um, because I'm on my last roll and I don't like the new stuff. A lot of people don't. But yes, washi tape, as long as it's not super high tech. I think this is what my husband grabbed me some of this. Leah, you can tell me because Leah said she uses some purple tape that she got from Home Depot. So I do have this. I wished it had come in a slightly smaller roll, but I have used it and it seems to work really well. So I'm guessing this is what Leah uses. It's just a lot bigger and wider. So I'm still hoarding and using my last little bit of purple tape until it's gone, and then I'll move on. All right, so let's put this away. We're all done with this die. So again, this is these really awesome huge tags, and then I love this little one too, for making like a gift card holder. And then all these little windows not only can be used on the tags, but on your card fronts, like we're doing here today. I got a little goo on there. I wonder what I did because I didn't even put adhesive there. I think I must have just had some gunk on my hands when I touched that. Anyway, good enough. All right. I know, and washi tape, Cheryl, that's the trick. When I used to use washi tape, sometimes it would hold really well, and sometimes it wouldn't hold as well as I wanted it to. So it's always kind of a hit and miss, which is never fun when you're trying to figure that stuff out. All right, I'm going to trim down a panel to go behind here. Just going to make it a little bit smaller. I think I'm taking off roughly 1/2 inch on all sides because I want it just, and that should work. In fact, I might even take a little more off. So an extra 1/4 inch. I always like to take too little instead of too much because I can always take more off. But this is where I'm going to do my ink blending on the background. And that looks about right. So we're going to go ahead and go for that. And that'll work for our background there. And then we need to tuck our other elements. So I am going to stamp the trees. I did cheat ahead of time, and I just because there's a lot of steps to this card. So I kind of pre-stamped and die cut all of these little pieces. I don't need 2 of those. I just did 2 of each of the little critters because I wasn't sure wasn't sure what I would need, and I didn't want to risk running out or messing up. So we'll color those, but we're going to go ahead and stamp the trees still, and I'm going to do our usual little trick that we do where we die cut first and then go ahead and stamp into that negative. So it'll kind of save us. And that's why I hoarded that little bit of tape. So let me go die cut this real quick. All right, so now we've got that. So our die cutting there is done. So we'll go ahead and stamp this fun little tree. And again, I can just use this on cards all day long and it never gets old. So think I'm going to get you hooked on it too if you haven't already gotten hooked on that. And this is so easy to line up. I'm not going to do, if you've seen me do this before, a lot of times I'll put a practice um, piece of paper in the back that I can play with. All right. So I'm going to start with that main solid tree image. And I did say something about a pink tree, didn't I? Because I think we're going to go hot pink and fun for our tree. So let me get this lined up in there. And it's not going to, I'm just lining up the best I can because that second layer is going to kind of hit some of the other holes and openings in there. But we're going to go bright pink and gold. Yes, and then the stamp layer in the tree and then the outline images. I agree. So we're going to go nice and bold and pink. So I'm going to do sparkling rose and raspberry bliss. There's something fun about, how many of you guys have watched Charlie Brown Christmas? That's like the one Christmas one that we have to watch every year. We can't skip that one. And I love when he goes, and this doesn't obviously fit the kind of tree he actually did pick. Ooh, I almost forgot to put my negative in there. But I love when he goes and all the modern trees and all the fun, bright colors. It makes me happy. And I'm going to stamp this twice. It's stamped really great there. I just want to get all the bold color we can get on there. Look at how bright and fun that is. Right. And I'm a pretty traditional tree person. And okay, now I have to hear, what does everyone chime in, the white lights and the colored lights, people? What are your favorite kind of lights? I'm curious. How did I hear someone else say it here recently? I'm curious how many think one thing and how many people are wrong. Because I have my favorite, but I'm going to wait and see what everyone else thinks before I chime in. All right, and I'm just layering that over the top of that. It's so easy to line up and stamp that with raspberry bliss is our next color. All right, I'm seeing everyone chiming in on the lights. And I'm not even going to stamp. Normally I would stamp that twice, but it's on there plenty bold and dark. All right, and these are going to soften up a little if you didn't know that. Let's see, and I think I missed a question. All right, so I see lots of colored and lots of white. Oh, blinking. I can't do blinking. The blinky thing makes me get twitchy. It kind of can cause migraines for me, so um, I don't do blinking lights, but I am a white light person, and I'll kind of explain a little bit of why. It might make more sense if I tell you why. So we do the tree, and I grew up with not a perfectly designed, beautiful designer tree. We had all the kid handmade ornaments. So all of our color came from all of our ornaments and everything. And then um, when I was growing up, though, we did still have colored lights, but to me it was just overwhelming. So we do tons of white lights, but then we put, oh, and I missed the little bottom. Actually, you know what? I don't need to stamp the bottom of that tree because it's going to be under our window there and it's not going to show. Um, so I like white lights and then just the mismatched random ornaments, the ones my kids made when they were 1 and 2 and 3, the ones that I brought with me from when I was a kid. So I like just the basic lights. And then we do the white lights around all of the windows and all of the other places that we decorate. Um, and we leave the, because once Christmas is over, I don't know about anyone else, but when you pull everything down, it's so sad and depressing. I can't handle it. And so we leave all the lights around the windows and everything up pretty much until March when daylight savings rolls around and the days get longer and lighter because I figure they're white. We can call them winter lights instead of Christmas lights. So that's kind of what I go for. So, all right. I love all the fun stories, people. Oh, well, I'm glad it doesn't give you I don't know, something about like that stroby light just messes with my brain. All right, I'm going to blend on the background here. I'm going to use Ocean Breeze and Aqua. I love pink and aqua together. There's just something fun about that. um, color combination. So I'm going to start with Ocean Breeze. I think I'm going to end up going with Aquamarine, but I'm going to start with the lighter and then figure I can always blend over darker when I want to. These are the Ergonomic blending brushes from Pink and Main. These are not from us, but they work really well with our inks, and I very much love them. And I can already kind of tell here as I'm blending this on that I am going to want a little bit of the bolder color from the Aquamarine, but Ocean Breezes is one of my favorite background blending colors. So I had to start with that and then build up from there. But let's see what that looks like behind the window and tuck our tree in there to kind of see. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go from the Ocean Breeze and move on to the next color there. Oh, I love that, collecting ornaments every year, Pauline. That's fun. All right. I'm going to go a little bit of a softer touch with this aquamarine because I want to just kind of blend it down over the Ocean Breezes that I already put on there. So I can just slightly darken the color on there. And I think that's pretty much what I wanted to achieve there. All right. I think that's about right. I always have to kind of lay it on and see what I think as I put it there. So that looks about right to me. All right, I'm spending more talking and less. The tool, so this is Pink and Main. They're called Ergonomic blending brushes. They're just soft bristle brushes. And now I have that on my finger. They work really well with our inks for blending. I also love the life-changing blender brushes. I found with our Pink Fresh inks that the darker colored bristles, the softer ones, work really well. Just I think some of our colors are really soft, um, so they work really. Okay, I think is it working again? Okay, good. It looks like we're back up again. Okay, I pulled my phone off of the. I just froze, so I didn't do anything else. So you didn't miss anything. I saw as soon as it started spinning and everyone said something about it. So, all right, it looks like it's back on. Everybody's good. It's on. Okay, it looks like it's working on my end, so I think we're good. I promise you didn't miss anything. I don't think anyway. I just taped this tree in place. I think that's where we were at, so hopefully we didn't miss anything and it's all good. Okay, glad I saw that in time and I didn't just kind of keep moving on, so that works good. All right, I'm going to quickly just kind of color these little, I forgot I need to tuck these under there. But I just grabbed a really light Copic. This is Y02. And I want to give these the illusion of white lights. So I'm just going to color a little dot at the base of each of those lights, leaving some white space. Let me hold them up a little closer so you can see. I'm hoping what that'll do is it'll kind of make it look like they're white. What's funny is the video froze, but I could still see everyone's comments that it wasn't moving. So that was good. I think the latest iPhone update might be what caused that because I've um, never had that happen on just on my headset in my ear. All of a sudden, it started ringing in my like a phone ring, not like hearing things ringing. Okay, so let's tuck those lights. I think these ones. I'm looking at Leah's example, and it looks like she tucked those kind of along. I don't know, somewhere around there. So let's just tuck a little tiny bit of liquid glue on the back of those, just a little dot. I don't want too much because I don't want it to. Okay, someone said it's blurry. I'm hoping that it's not too bad, but let me know if you're having trouble seeing. Okay, tuck those lights down there. And then I know this little guy is going to tuck in up there. So let's go ahead and add the other lights up there. I thought about gray too. And honestly, what I was kind of thinking is if I did gray, it wouldn't show up on the video as well. So I kind of tried to go a little, let's see, I'm going to move that up a little so it, Mm, there we go. That's why I do liquid glue, because then you can move those things just a little if you need to. All right, and then I'll add these in a little bit, but let's do some really simple coloring on these little guys as well. So I'm going to coordinate in there. I think I'm going to use a pink. I really should have pulled out my Copic markers in advance, but I'm going to cheat here now to figure out which colors I want. So I want a little bit of that RV04. I'll grab that. And then I think I'll go, instead of the browns that Leah did, I think I'll go with some simple little gray, just because I think that'll go better with the neutral colors that I have on here. And then I'm going to just top off that hat there with the pink. Just doing all my little accent bits on these with that pink color just to highlight it. And again, keeping it really simple. So that was RV04. Okay, someone else said it's a little blurred too. Let me see if I can. I know Leah had good luck before getting it something to focus with her ring. Are we focused in a little bit more? Let's see if hopefully that, let me try and zoom in a little bit too. I'm going to see if I can do that. Okay, let's see if that works. Does that get it in there a little bit better so everyone can see a little more? I hope so. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on here with these little critters. I'm going to color them really simple. I've got 3 warm gray markers, warm 1, warm 3, and warm 5. So I'm going to start with just the darkest and add my little bit of shading along the edges, just because I found I kind of go both ways. Sometimes I like to add the shading first and then the lighter color, and sometimes I like to start with the lighter and then build up. So it all just kind of depends what I'm in the mood for. So today I'm going to try it this way and we'll see how it goes. I might end up layering back in. But again, I'm trying to keep my coloring super duper simple. So hopefully you can see this on here okay. So let me know. I already see one little spot. I need a little more shading back there, a little bit there, a little bit more there. So I'm just alternating between those 3 gray shades and ending on the lightest one. I think that'll work okay. And I'll do the other. Remind me to zoom back out when I'm done and start assembling the card a little more, because that'll be the part that I forget. All right. Part of why I love coloring, I really do, but I'm not very good at doing it and talking and reading and everything else. So you have to just forgive me for being a little bit quiet here as I quickly add. That's why I kept this simple coloring. Once again, it's not that I don't like coloring, I know my multitasking with coloring is not near as good. Okay, I think, and yes, Christmas cards, totally. I think that gray is going to work just great there. Okay, I'm going to kind of tuck that one in there just like Leah did. In fact, I'm going to tape that real quick. I'm just going to do that same trick of taping from the back a little bit, because I know that'll hold it in place. And I really don't care what the back looks like, because no one's going to see that, right? And I'd rather have it be sturdy than worry about where things go. All right, and then this, I know this little guy, I'm gonna tuck him. Nope, never mind. That'll look silly on the scene if I put him poking out. So let's just tuck him right there. But I don't need much to hold him in place, because I'm just going to do that. And then, yeah, so I don't need that also bit of tape. I can get that out of the way. Are we zoomed in too much, or is this working for everybody? As long as this works, I'll leave it. Maybe I'll zoom out just a little, because there we go. There we go. Then we can see what we're doing. Okay. I can zoom it back in if we need to, but shaker now. So I'm going to create my little, I've got a little piece of acetate that I already trimmed down to the appropriate size to put back there. So I'm going to tuck a little tape around. I like to use score tape for this, just because I know it's going to hold it nice and sturdy. And I'm going to add another little element here. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back of the tree and some of those little critters, just because I think it'll help kind of hold everything down and in place. So that's why I wasn't too worried about getting this little critter here taped too much, because I knew I could do it, taping it to the acetate in the back there. Okay, and there it is. That's why I always keep the backing on my acetate till I'm ready to use it, because I always set it aside and lose it. So I'm going to set that back on top of that. Oh, carrot, you could use, so I know I've seen a lot of people even just use like packaging, clear packaging from Stamp or packaging from stuff you get in the mail and you can trim it down. Some of it tends to be a little bit thicker, but you can totally do that. Um, Let me see, what else? I know it's not a see-through, but I know Jennifer McGuire has used tooling, like wedding tool, like you see someone with a wedding dress. Um, and I think that has a really neat effect as well. So that's another idea. All right, I'm gonna get rid of that paper now because I don't need that. Mm, okay, so finally, let's turn this into the shaker. Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. This is one thing I always forget when I'm working on shaker cards. I need to add the sentiment on there before we move on any further. So let's go ahead and revert back over to that and see if we can change up the little sticky goop there. Okay, I'm going to add the same sentiment that Leah added because I really like that one. And I thought it was a perfect fit for this fun little card. I'm going to stamp that in detail black just because that's a good all-purpose. And a lot of times with our sentiments, I like to plan on stamping them twice. I really don't need to on that one, but I'm still going to, just because then I can press a little gentler. I don't have to push as hard, and then it keeps the sentiment a little more crisp and clear. Yeah, very good catch. I'm glad. Yeah, and the acetate that I'm buying, I buy the heat embossable stuff, which is funny because I just did my first ever heat embossing on acetate not that long ago. So there's definitely some different things. Let's see, shaker cards. So I'm going to do this a little bit today. I often forget, but someone told me to use a little bit of a powder tool just gently over the acetate, and that'll help a little with that static issue on there. Okay, so let's make our shaker here. I'm just using some foam adhesive tape. It's kind of my go-to for creating shakers. I just really like quickly filling in the tape. The main thing is you don't want any holes or openings that any of your filling can leak out of. So you want to really make sure and press it over tight so that it goes all the way to the edge there like that. And I don't need it on that bottom. I'm just putting that bottom piece in for stability. Okay, and I'd have to make this 2 layers to fill it with some of our jewel, and some of my crystals are getting pretty low. So I'm just going to fill this today. If I can find them, where did I put them? I had some little, okay, hold on a moment. I had them sitting out for myself. A fun little thing of, oh, there they are. They're right behind my camera. Just some little small star confetti. I thought that would be kind of a fun fit on this. So I'm going to fill this in here really well. These are little teensy tiny star confetti. If you wanted to add the 2 layers of foam adhesive, then you could fill it in with that. But I wanted this, the shaker isn't really a focal point. It's just kind of a little tuck back behind part of it. So, okay, I have to make sure I have plenty in there. Now I'm going to really carefully, because this is where I always peel this off, and at some point it flips because it sticks to my fingers or something, and then I end up with all my shaker filling stuck to my foam adhesive. Okay, make this simple. I've got this, so make sure the top's facing up, and then I can pop that over there and then go all the way around, make sure it seals really well. And there's our fun little shaker element on there. Yeah, and I've seen people use the powder along the sides of the foam adhesive too. So this is small and fine enough, my shaker filling, that I wasn't too worried about that. So, all right, I'm going to copy that little swag of lights on the window that Leah did. I just thought that was super duper cute. So I'm going to stick with that on there. Again, just a little bit of liquid adhesive. Add those on. Oop, shaky hands. And I think I've got a little extra here of the lights. I think I ended up with one bonus stamped that I'm probably not going to need. A little more glue there. I think I ended up with not quite enough there on that spot. And then, oh, why is my glue wanting to keep coming out? I do not know. I'm going to put the lid on it there. I felt like it needed a little dab more glue there. Okay. You know what? I wonder, I'm just pondering tucking that anywhere there, but I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't know. It kind of looks fun there. I might just so I don't waste it. Why not? Yeah, you have to use the heat emboss or heat resistant acetate if you're gonna emboss. I see Leah saying on there. But yeah, just for the shaker cards, if I'm not heat embossing on there, I totally don't have to do that. So, okay. And why not just tuck that on there and then it doesn't go to waste? Okay. Now the only thing left, and I originally was thinking I'd put it on a craft card base, but I think if anything, um, yep, nope. It needs a gray card base. Let me see if I have some gray cardstock ready and handy. And I don't have a card base made with it yet, but I'm just going to pull this out so you can kind of see what it'll look like once I get it on there and assembled. So yes, a blue or aqua. I thought about that as well. But there we go. Make sure that stays stuck down until it dries. And I think that came out super fun. And I think it was a fun twist on Leah's card that she made, adding the little shaker back there. Kind of adds a little party in the back. All right. Yeah, I was thinking the craft, but I think I was originally going to color the bears brown, kind of like Leah's version on here. But when I started doing it and the colors came together, I kind of went, ooh, I think I think the bears need to be gray because I think the color kind of matched on there. All right, let me hold that up one time here a little closer since I'm not super zoomed in at the moment and do the little shaker thing because shakers just never get old. And we'll give a minute or two here for Leah to go ahead and pick some winners. Who wouldn't want, I mean, how fun would a pink tree be like that? I just love how cards you can do what maybe you couldn't do in real life. Like first of all, you're not going to have bears decorating your Christmas tree or maybe not have a hot pink tree, but on this card, I can totally make it happen. All right. And I see congratulations to Kathy Dubrava. You are today's $15 gift card winner. Congratulations. And thank you everyone for joining us. Um, Yep, Leah did mention give 2 to 3 days for her to reply to that email and then have fun shopping. And I will hopefully, we'll go from Christmas and we'll revert back to fall on Thursday with that little card. I sneaked a peek of at the beginning. If you came in late, pop back to the beginning for a little preview of what we will be working on for Thursday for Facebook Live. In the meantime, everybody have a wonderful week and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.